budget. There's budget now, so we know the talk say no budget again, like, because the figures I'm hearing these days is crazy. So in Gangs of Lagos, the director is this kind of person that if you don't get that take, we don't go come on there. Nobody.
How many videos will you say you've shot so far in your career?
Shot like let me say 500.
Like close to 500.
Close to 500. Yeah.
Mad.
I was the only one that could like operate this Ronnin. Like, like the Ronnin was like a thing for me. And kudos to like this OG bro. Clarence Peters is the only director. He's not tired of carrying this thing. This video, Mobad. Ask about me. Shot
it on the Ronnin.
Yeah, I shot it on the Ronnin. Someone showed me one video one time like that. Like I was wearing only boxers. I was shooting. The name Mr. Movies was actually given to me by my students. I used to be a creative art teacher then. Yeah. If I see that this thing cannot go, we will not shoot. If you like, shout. Before I jump on any project, who is your art director? That question is always key. It's constant.
Did you know that in some of your favorite music videos, the director do not hold or even touch the camera? In fact, in most cases, it's not even the director's job to operate the camera. The question then is, whose job is it? The cinematographer. In today's video, we're discussing with a cinematographer that have shot over 500 music videos during the span of his career. He will be sharing with us some of his success tips on how he's been able to build a successful career in the Nigerian film industry. Feel free to use the chapters in the description to skip to whatever part that may interest you. And I'll see you in the video. There's a surprise at the end. How important is it to actually have a DOP on set?
Yeah. Cinematographer will release stress
on the director,
because you as a director, you don't want to be thinking about where that light is going to come from.
Yeah, more about the idea.
You don't want to be thinking of how your camera will play again. Even if you want to still think about, the cinematographer will now be the one to elaborate more on it. Yeah, what the angles that you are not seeing, the cinematographer will see it. You understand? You say you now be like the director will be like are you not done yet? You say no, calm down. So when the cinematographer now do that thing, you now say wow. And he'll be the one to let you know that this blocking will not favor this light. Why not let us block it like this?
Yeah.
And if you follow to his advice, you see that everything will come out nice.
Yeah.
But it's always very important to heed to the advice of your cinematographer. If he's telling you that this thing will not work, don't try it. If you insist on doing it,
you just end up wasting time.
You just look as if you're just wasting your time. The kind of people I work with, they give listening ears.
Give listening ears.
The ones that sometimes they might want to like, that's okay, no problem. I'll just do it.
Would you say like you have like your cinematography has a style?
I've not really seen my cinematography like maybe I have a style or not. I've not seen it. But I was surprised one day a guy was asking me and he told me that you have a style that he has been following me for a while. Like so like really? He told me my style is this, is that. Like I said wow, like I was like, how come I never knew about that? Like my own is I just want to create. I just want
good work.
To just bring out good work. So I don't know anything about if you have this style or not.
Yeah.
So I won't say like I have a particular style. Yeah.
So your style is basically adapt to the project that you're shooting.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. So movies, I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Okay,
this is rapid fire questions. Just choose your answer.
Okay.
Arri Alexa Mini or Sony Venice 2?
Arri Alexa Mini.
Why?
I'm not a Sonic fan. Yeah, I'm not a Sony fan.
But have you used the Sony Venice?
No, I've not used it.
Okay, maybe that's why I chose Arri. I'm not saying I've not used the Sony too.
Yeah, I've not because I've not used it. When we like moved from filming with the Sony, it was because Sony was the only option we had. You understand? And when other like option came up, Red, Arri.
Yeah.
I found it very comfortable, using, and I find it interesting, and because it gives me, before like I tap, but it gives me what I want. Rather than like using Sony.
Okay.
Because I've seen projects where those guys they used it, and at the end of the day, it came out flop because I think there was no proper introduction to the camera. Or they just wanted to just quickly dive into it when they saw it. Yeah.
Arri Alexa Mini or Red?
I can't pick two, right?
Can't pick one.
Okay, pick one. I will choose the Arri.
The Arri.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll pick it. I think the dynamic range are very different. They are far different. Yeah, just dynamic range.
You can call it dynamic range. Okay. Which would you rather prioritize on a project? Great colorist or a great production design?
Production design more, because production design is the production itself. Without production design, what are you shooting? Just like coming into an empty space and saying, okay, you want to do this, you want to do that. Production designer that I work with, they normally know that I'm very key in production design. I used to fight with them a lot. No, like they know, because I will move close and check. Look at the finishing. Like, the finishing is key, and that is, I think, what our production designers here needs to take into consideration. Now, everybody's good, everybody's doing great. What we cannot do 4 years ago, some 5 years ago, you see us doing it now. Because there's budget now. So when we know the talk say no budget again, like I don't want to hear there's no budget, because the figures I'm hearing these days is crazy. So don't say there's no budget. So we should just, I think what they should now take into consideration now is finishing. Detailing.
So would you rather shoot exterior or interior? Which do you prefer?
I like interior more. Interior gives you that room to create, see the picture the way you want it before you came on set. You get in interior. I can create the direction of my light myself. From looking at it, even if the direction of the sun is going from this side,
you can put
I can block it and say, no, I want it there, because the blocking does not favor that sun. So let's create our own. So I think the interior,
you have more control.
More control.
Which one do you prefer? Because I know, Steadicam or Ronnin. I know you like to use Ronnin.
And funny enough, let me tell you, I was the only one that could operate this Ronnin. Like the Ronnin was like a thing for me. Growing like in the industry, when the OGs were like doing their shit themselves, shooting themselves and directing themselves. There was nothing like DOP. There was nothing like DOP. There was nothing like DOP. As at the time where I started like moving around, going from one set to another, carrying the camera around. I started like, there was Ronnin, and I figured out it was not everybody that had the strength to carry this thing. And kudos to like this OG, this man, bro. Clarence Peters is the only director. He's not tired of carrying this thing.
Pause. If you're enjoying this video, this would be a good time for you to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription means a lot. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. I don't want to waste so much of your time, so let's get baback into the video.
Like, because before I joined the industry, when I watch his videos, I've watched like practically all his videos, and I see the way the camera moves in and out, and I'm like, what is this thing? What is this thing moving like this? Like, before, that thing was not available before. But when that thing finally came, like the way he was using it, I was like, what is this thing? What is this thing? Like, it was not later when I now joined. I said, so this thing that is now making this camera move like this. It's the Ronnin. I now decide to like
train yourself
get interest in it and get more familiar with it. Like, I know where to balance my strengths. When I'm like, that place is getting weak, I know how to do my hands. My hand will go the old stress will go to another part. So I started like carrying it for this person, carrying it for A, carrying it for B, whereby they will now be telling the production company I was coming from, like, I want this person to come on set. I want this person to come on set. I want this person. Why? Because they want me to just carry it for them. You understand? So that was where the part of me like being
DP side to coming from almost like a Ronnin operator.
Ronnin operator now really like there's more to this thing now, right? Not that just rather than just carrying this thing that you're filming. Okay, how can you make it look
better?
Very nice.
Do you still shoot with the Ronnin?
Yeah, I shot. There was this video, Mubad.
Ask
about me.
Shot it on the Ronnin.
Yeah, I shot it on the Ronnin. Yeah, and because that day, not that I wanted to shoot with the Ronnin, there was no Steadicam operator
all around
available that day.
So just say, this one I might.
So I just say like, no, okay, this video, let me go crazy. Let me go back to the days when we started. So, and it came out well. Like,
it came out really. We can't even tell.
The way I do then, like, I'll just pull off my clothes.
We're a big man.
Then I used to wear. Someone showed me one video one time like that. Like, I was wearing only boxers. I was shooting.
Which would you rather shoot? A feature film, music video, or a commercial?
Feature film.
Feature film.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think feature film kind of like gives you more room to like express yourself. Take for example, like you want the camera to move from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And you want character A to go in and camera moves back to point B.
Well, you can still do that in music video.
Music video, you do it, but you don't have all the time, because there's this music video I just did. The artist is not shown to the world yet. Like, it's still like in the making. When the director did the like treatment, they saw that there was going to be drama there.
Yeah.
But what they were concerned about mostly was the face. They want to see his face.
They don't want
so
any
now,
drama.
So when they now the way the director envisioned it, he did it like that. He edited the video and it was good. But when they saw it, they were like, no, let's take out some part. And taking out. How many minutes is the song? You know, the minute of the song determines what you see. Even if you want to do your take, long take, it's not give it that room.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, I will always
choose film over any other project.
Yeah.
Dope, mad. What's the process on like collaborating with a director? Once a director calls you, movies, I have this video I want to shoot, this is treatment. Okay. What are the first things you do?
So the first thing that I do, apart from the money part, which is very important. It's very important. Gone are those days where you want to just shoot but the cheddar is very important. So send me the treatment, you send the treatment. Okay, you look at it. Oh, okay. There are some times whereby if I really like that idea and it is what I've been wanting, because right now I have like some catalogs of like frames I've kept. Like I used to every day, like you always want to create something. I always make sure, like every day, I always make sure I keep up to like 10 frames.
Mad.
The one I can download, I will download. The one I can screenshot, I just screenshot. Just keep it, because I know that one day this
come in handy.
Once I see the treatments, I can always advise, because I do that most of the time.
So you basically like have like a quick meeting with the director.
Yeah, I used to like kind of go like, okay, why do you think this thing? That is if I like the idea. But if I just want to do what the directors want, even if I don't like it, I'm still going to talk. On set. All the people I've worked with, they know that. Know how, like, if you send me your ideas from what I've seen, because those from my catalog, because there's something that fits into the idea. So I will always go back and revisit.
Are there any like softwares or sites that use like research images?
Yeah, I've like there are lots. I do Pinterest is the go like very fast one.
Yeah.
But I think some guys still don't know that you can check stuff on Pinterest. On Pinterest, I'll just type cinematography. Bam. I see a lot of things that has to do with like cinematography. Sometimes just say cinematography, lighting, cinematography, light setup, cinematography, library. Like a lot of things like that's really helped on set. Even when I'm on set, I'm shooting and try to like
get inspiration.
I'll just type it.
Kitchen
something. I will now see. You just be surprised. You see like 1001 kitchen. Because that idea they've done it. That idea you're thinking about something. Somebody somewhere has done that thing, and you see it there.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to like, okay, work with the reference.
Yeah. How will you describe your experience on working on Gangs of Lagos?
So Gangs of Lagos, as we all know, is basically 90% streets. We're mostly filming on the street, and you know that we had to like face the landlords of the street, which are the boys. And me being like a music video person, coming from like the music video part of production, I never saw it as a big deal, because I know what they want. They want money. You understand? So I know what you need to do. Maybe you've settled someone that you are not supposed to settle, and this person now, this particular group of people, they heard that you pay this person and you not even pay to our number one. They will come. You understand? They will come and just cause havoc. You get. So sometimes whereby you getting on that location and paying them and you allow them go is a problem. It's always advisable you pay them and you make them stay around.
Make them stay and
so
maybe like, use them in the set.
Even use them if you feel that you get. So those were like experience for me, which I've seen in the music video space. But then in Gangs of Lagos, when I saw them coming, I was like, this is a normal thing. So people that were not opportune to really walk on the street were the one that were like, kind of scared. They were scared. They was moving. They were just like, calm down. They will sort everything.
So were they really like delaying like setups?
Yeah, they delayed. Most time they delay setup. So there was a part where that particular scene did not make the cut. So that particular scene that day, the boys, they delayed us. We like kind of just had to just shoot it. Like we lost daylight in the last frame.
When you go for a recce, when you're trying to plan lighting, let's say you enter a room, what are like the first things you look at?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the story. I make sure I don't take what the lighting is going to be as priority.
Okay.
I always still bring the idea back
into this scene
before announcing, okay, how will I come about the lighting? You understand? So if the story or the idea does not fit the particular location where we are, I will just advise, like, let's change location. Let's look for other option.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say, for example, like, the location we are now, the room fits. When it comes to like light setup, first thing that comes to my mind is the source.
Where's the first main key source?
Where is the source coming from? So if I can know where my source is coming from, bro,
the rest is just neg.
Just to add up and fill up. You understand?
So that's what you're trying to say, that in any setting, you're always going to look for where's your main light coming in from. Whose work do you actually like look up to at the moment? Like whose work like inspires you?
I'm kind of weird that nobody. But I have people that I always look up to them to like do something.
Yeah.
So I can just this person has done this, this person has done this, but I don't have that one particular person that's always in my mind to like my hero, that kind of thing. Yeah. You know, but all that cinematography guys which are my colleagues. Like, I always look forward to what they are dropping. Anytime it drops, I always go watch it. And I'm always on their DM like, wow, nice. I saw this stuff.
Yeah.
There's this connection I have with this guy, Daniel Ato in Ghana. I'm more closer to this guy, even with the guys here in Nigeria. Like we're always talking every day. Anytime any of my works drop, it's in my DM movies. I'm always Charlie. How do you do this, Charlie? I'll buzz him when his own drops. So like he will talk me through his process. I will also talk him through my process.
That's the power of collaborating, man. Like learning from each other. That's dope. So Mr. Movies, how did that name like come about?
So Mr. Movies, it's so funny. The only people that have heard this story are just like people that are very close to me.
Yeah.
The name Mr. Movies was actually given to me by my students. Then it used to be My Movies. That fateful day I was on my table in class. I used to be a creative art teacher then. Yeah. So I was in school then. And
wait, sorry to cut you short. So during this period, you've not even started filming professionally?
I've not started
You're just calling yourself Movies.
Before I came to the industry, I was already Mr. Movies.
That's funny.
Yes.
So you always knew that you were going to do film.
Because I already know I was going to do this because this is what I really want to do. You understand? Yeah. I knew one way or the other I was going to do it, but I did not know how it was going to come.
Yeah, true.
So you get, I know I was going to do it. So that fateful day I was on my table, I was preparing for another class. I'm a kind of person like the children that they do come around me. Well, growing up then I used to use my phone to like capture them, things. So you do this, you do that, just for fun's sake and to make school interesting. I created like a drama group.
Oh man!
Where everybody comes together. Do this. I just film them, and then every day I showed them because there was this Nokia phone then that can edit.
So you're editing on phone?
Yes, I was editing. Well, it's so crazy that I don't know. Nobody taught me how to edit.
Oh, is it those ones that when you want to make someone disappear, you press pause and now press play?
Not even that one. I know about not
because
even
that one.
Yeah, I did. I also did that. Not even that one. So I've forgotten the name of that. The brand of that Nokia phone. You can add sound. You cut that particular side and put sound. That's not screen touch, it's button. Yeah. I created nice stuff then. That was how I had the freedom to come to my table. So you saw one of my lesson notes. We're now using this biro. It was just writing, uncle, this one that you are My Movies. Don't you think that Mr. Movies is cool? Mr. Movies sink into my my brain. But I was like, what's this one they talk? You're just a kid. Let me just finish. When I'm done with what I'm doing, we'll talk about that one. So when I got home and I wanted to like sign up for, I think I wanted to sign up for Instagram then. So that name just came to my mind. That was just breathing. Mr. Movies. I'm like, Mr. Movies. I just use it, Mr. Movies. I just find that name interesting, Mr. Movies. And that was it. The following day, when I got to school, I just told him, I am Mr. Movies now. And I say, hey, uncle, I told you, Mr. Movies.
You should go and give him royalties on your name. How many videos will you say you've shot? so far in your career? Just a rough estimate.
Rough estimate. I've shot like let me say 500.
Like close to 500.
Close to 500. Yeah.
Mad. That is enormous.
Yeah.
And all those 500, like you improve like one thing on.
Yeah, one thing. Yeah, I realized that like every project I do, the next one I do, I realized that there are always like changes. Maybe one thing I did in the previous one, when I saw the find out the outcome,
like, I wish I've
done this.
Make sure.
But in the next one, I pen it down to like just walk towards that.
How do you undo disagreement with, let's say, for example, as you said, when you advise a director against something, maybe in a scene during the recce or on set, and the director and the producer are not seeing it, they're saying no. How do you handle that situation?
Though those things happen, but if it is what is going to affect what I'm doing,
yeah,
my brother, we will not do it. It's rather I'm not shooting it. That thing happened in a film I was supposed to do. That they called me, Mr. Movies. They've spoken to me before Gangs of Lagos dropped, but the teaser was out already. So what now gave them more confidence to continue the conversation was when it finally dropped and they say, Mr. Movies, I've seen your. That was when he was talking. Mr. Movies, I've seen your work. It's nice, and I want you to, let's do better than Gangs of Lagos. I'm like, wow, nice. Let's do better than Gangs of Lagos.
Oh wow, you like wow.
Because I know what went down. Because Gangs of Lagos, planning Gangs of Lagos, I was away from the music video scene for a month before the film started. Like I was nowhere to be found. Like I was just indoors with the director and the AD. We were on a round table, we're planning this, reading scene for scene. Okay, what should we do? Planning, reading, going back to recce again to check if it's going to, match. You get so like I know what went down, and you now come in and say, you want it to be better than the film. Fine, it can be better if you also
you're willing to go through that sacrifice.
Going through that process. But at the end of the day, we agreed on the payment. Okay, how many scenes per day, please? On the schedule, I'm not saying 8, I'm not saying 9. What do you want us to do? Like, because I know at the end of the day it's going to be a roller coaster of disagreement. Like, let's just shoot it like that. We don't have time. And me, I'm the kind of person that I always like to take my time when I'm shooting. Like, I always like to take my time. Everybody that I've worked with knows that, like, this guy will take his time. You understand? Except for if I feel that, if you tell me, if I feel that, okay, we can go with it, it can still go. I'll let it go. But if I see that, this thing cannot go, bro, we will not shoot. If you like, shout.
You know, say sometimes producers they want to die because
what they are thinking is about the money.
Yes,
because they know what it takes to now come back everybody back again for another day. Fine, they're also trying to you get, they're doing their work, so everybody's also doing their work. So they need to understand that everybody is also doing their work. You get so.
How many scenes is ideal for you to shoot in a day for a movie? 5 maximum.
In Gangs of Lagos, it's a scene. We shot it for like some 3 days. The fight scenes. So the scene for Chike in that street, the guy is coming. There was one other scene when they rode a bike. Those scenes were supposed to happen on the schedule. So it was supposed to happen for just that day. I don't know what happened. The director is this kind of person that if you don't get that take, we don't go come on here. Nobody. If you don't get that, like in terms of your delivery, if she's not convinced,
that's on the actor's end.
On the actor's end, if she's not convinced, nobody's moving anywhere. Another take.
Let's say a production company asks you to send in just one project to represent yourself. What project will you send?
Is it film?
Anything, anyone. They just
I'll send Gangs of Lagos because Gangs of Lagos is like the first original. Original. Like Amazon original, and it did well. Like it's still like. It's still doing well, like different countries, was number 1 in different countries. So that's your
favorite project.
Yeah, that's my favorite project.
Because I think you might also say that I don't have a favorite project. How do you get jobs? And do you have a representation? And do you think reps can work in Nigeria?
I've been approached by different reps.
Nigeria.
Yeah, in Nigeria I've been approached. I'm looking forward to like having reps outside Nigeria, because I think in Nigeria, to an extent, I've been able to
you don't really need it rep in Nigeria,
because it's going to be like the way we Nigerian think. They might be like, this guy don't be proud. They'll be like, if I say, call this person, if I say call my manager, imagine you calling me now and I say, Ibidun, call my manager. I be like, eh? This guy, that kind of thing, because we have been used to each other. All of us grew up together.
Yeah.
We started this thing together. So they be like, no, why you go do like that for me? So it's better in Nigeria. So it's better I'll just do the whole talk myself.
Yeah.
But outside
the country,
to be known out there, you need like a rep.
Yeah, very soon, like the representation will come, and that's one of the things I dream about. Yeah, about filmmaking. Like we have a lot of talented like cinematographers here. We need to start expanding to other parts of Africa. Shoots in Zimbabwe. Next one, shoots in South Africa. Yes, you're shooting in Morocco, and that's the way other new DPs to have space to come in, because these ones are not. They never go. They're So it's like there are sometimes whereby some directors will call me like, "Are you available on these days?" No. Are you available? Okay, who you call? I'll say, okay, call this person. I don't see this person. I don't really don't like. Well, like because they've not like really seen those guys. Because meanwhile, those guys are really like they're really like trying. Everybody's trying their best to get. So, like when I was trying to get you on this podcast, and movies say that I'm booked till next 2 weeks. Like, hey, Jesus is Lord. It happens sometimes. It happens. It happens. Needed. What has been like your most challenging set so far? Challenging production that you can never forget. Apart from Gangs of Lagos, yes. I know you say Gangs of Lagos. Well, another one. There is none. Everything is equally challenging. Everything is equally challenging, like to an extent, like normal challenges. But music video, leave them. Yeah, I used to it already. Okay. What's that one thing that you always do to make your work stand out? Firstly, I normally make sure production design. It's part of why I am a cinematographer. So I need to, production design needs to be on point. So before you jump on a project, do you like ask who's your art director? So before I jump on any project, who is your art director? That question is always key. It's constant. I have team of like gaffer, first AC, grip. Those are my people that knows me. If I do like this, they know. If I tell my light guy, if I do like this, like. He already knows, like he knows what movies we do when his camera is like this. You understand? Because we have been like working through a lot of projects. But if you now tell me that you have this person, I'll say okay, no problem. So I don't have issue like with anybody else. As long as you are smart and fast. The most important thing for me is the production design. Have you ever like opted out of a project because of the production design? Production design. They say, I don't do this project because of no. I want to make sure I have conversation with the art director. Share him ideas, a lot of bombard him with like a lot of ideas. Look at how even in Gangs of Lagos we had like lots of reference. Look at this, let's create this, let's create this. Most of the scenes in Gangs of Lagos were like things that you saved over time. Like, you're just enjoying yourself. I want to recreate this thing. What would you say to like an upcoming someone that's looking to break into the industry? So my advice will always be, you need to be really, 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 really serious, because I'm an advocate of seriousness. Like anytime I'm on set, I get easily irritated when the crew see them on phone. I've seen guys where I work with whereby you see them bet Ninja. Like on set playing bets. Like they need to know that there's time for everything. When you're on set, you need to be very serious. You need to take it like as a do or die thing. Like take it because that is what is feeding you. Yeah, so you need to take very, very serious. It's a business. The way I take project, I always take it like, it's my own. I used to own it. Anytime you come in, I will own that. I'll make sure I own that project like it's my own. Yeah, you understand? That's like very serious. Like if you are disciplined, the rest is easy. Yeah, just discipline and link up with other cinematographers. Have conversation with them because I realize that most cinematographers don't like to share. Especially they don't like to share. But me, people that have reached out to me that we've discussed, they'll be like, I know expect you go reply my DMs. I'm like, what is there? If you check my IG, no message on it. I make sure I reply. If I'm not able to reply, maybe I'm on set. I'll make sure when I'm off set, I will reply. Like, thanks a lot, Mr. Movies, for gracing us with this amount of knowledge. In case you've not subscribed, please, I want you to like
subscribe to this YouTube channel. It is down below.
Yeah.
Click it. It is down below. Just click it and let's promote the culture.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next podcast. Peace out.